Hey guys, welcome to the deck profile of Twilight Grey Knightsmon. So first, let's start off the Digitama. So I have a total of 4 Wanyamons. So a very, I think this is the best Digitama since there isn't any requirement for you to take the drawback rather than just attacking. So 4 of that. Then let's start off with our level 3 Digimons. So I got a total of 4 of the Gaussmon, the new ones, which is the EX-04. So this is something that could give you draw power by just playing blue flare traits, and it could also recycle your extras requirements if you play Twilight upon playing it. Next that we got is another copy of Gaussmon, but this time around this is for BT10. So this is something that you want to always die, so that you could go ahead and free play any level 4 blue flare traits within it. So this is very much something that you always want to die so that you could have a tamer in play consistently. So we got only total of 8 for the level 4 for our Digimon. Now for our level 4, first off, I got a total of 2 copies of Blue-Greymon of EX-04. So this one, search for top 3 of your deck. You may get one Kiriha Uduma, and then you could the other one is you could get either black or blue that has extras requirements. Next up, for our level 4, I got a total of 3 copies of BT10 Blue-Greymon. So this is also gonna help you consistently search for the pieces that you need for your extras, as well as getting blue traits, blue flare traits within it. So this is also a combo setup for attacking multiple times if your opponent have 2 or more Digimons. So this is something that you really want to attach to your Metal Greymon. Next on the list, we got a total of 3 copies of Metal Bergamon. So this is the one that free casts any tamer that has Kiriha Unuma on its name. So same thing as well for multiple Digimons on your opponent's field. The ESS would definitely help you to stun at least one of their Digimon so that it cannot attack or block until the opponent's center. Now, the other copies that I got of the Metal Bergamons is just 2. So this acts as my Ice Wolf, the 1-drop EX1 Ice Claw, wherein on play, the lowest level of your Digimon gains when attacking, they would lose 2 memory. And this is also a perfect combo on the BT10 Blue-Greymons because this ESS gives you jamming for your Metal Greymon. Now going towards to our level 4 for our Twilight traits, I have one Deadly Axemon, which is the Mighty Axe mode. So I'm just using this to filter out my deck and putting it to trash so that the new tamer, which is Kiriha Unuma and then Yamano, would be able to use those Digimon on your trash as an extras receipt or requirement for any Digimons that you will do Digi extras. Just one of that one. Next that I got for the Twilight lineup for our level 4 Digimons, I got the new copies, 3 copies of the new Skull Knightmon. Its ability is also gonna give you free cost of getting a tamer, since if you don't have any Amano on your field, you could go ahead and cast it for free. And its ability or on deletion ability as well is good, wherein you could reveal your top deck. And if it is blue flare or Twilight, you could have it on your hand. Its ESS is gonna be reboot, but nevertheless, I find it least that I'm using that ESS of this one. This is more of playing free tamer as a combo. Next one, and last but not the least for my Twilight setup, for my Twilight level 4s is the Deadly Axemon of EX-04. its purpose is only for me to filter my hand, wherein I could go ahead and discard any blue flare or Twilight on my hand and draw 2. This one, it's ESS. It kind of helps your Dark Knightmon to get more damage, which is giving you 1k power on all turns. And its deletion effect is the same as the one that we got with Knightmon, wherein you could go ahead and reveal your top deck, and if it's Twilight or Blue Flare, you could go ahead and put it on your hand. Now we're done with our level 4 Digimons. Time to go now, which is, this also for me acts as your level 3 Digimons, because most of the time you cast them with a total of 3 costs. So first off, I got a total of 3 blue metal Greymons, which is the one for EX-04, wherein you only just need to have 1 Digi-Extras requirement for it, and you could still use its effect, wherein you could target one opponent's Digimon and choose any 2 of their Digivolution source and trash it. Now, for and then it's the same as the one that we got for BT10, wherein there's a material save, and its ESS is technically the one that is fueling for Grey Knightsmon, wherein upon attacking, you could go ahead and choose one of your opponent's Digimon that has 2 or less Digivoltors, and that Digimon cannot attack or block until opponent's end. Next one, for our level 5 Digimon, this is the BT10 Metal Greymon. I have also 3 copies of it, and I think this is a better blue metal Greymon other than the EX-04 because of its extra ability, wherein you could choose up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon that has 2 equal or lesser Digivolve source, and those 3 Digimons cannot attack or block until opponent's end turn. So this is something that you want to always have, especially if your opponent is a swarm type. Next one, for my level 5 Twilight lineup, what we got here is the new Dark Knightmon, which is, I think, this is the one that fuels the Grey Knightmon to be a top tier deck, which is its ESS ability, wherein you could go ahead and, if the Digimon that you got has Grey Knightsmon within its name, you could redirect its attack to Grey Knightsmon, and it will be comboed on its on-deletion effect. So this one, its ability upon extras, wherein you just need to have 1 extras requirement, the Digivolve, and then you could choose one of your Digimons, including itself, and give it blocker. And then for its on-deletion effect, this time you may reveal your top 2 deck, and then if it's Twilight or Blue Flare, you could put it on your hand. Now, which is for the main highlight of the deck, the Grey Knightsmon, which I have, which is a total of 3 copies of it only. So you just need to make sure that you are very much aware that you would be using a total of 8 memory, since 1 Digivolve source is equivalent to less than 2 casting cost for it. However, it's very much strong, and the perfect combo Digivolve sources on this one is the Dark Knightmon EX-04, and as well as any of the blue metal Greymons, whether it's BT10 or the EX-04, because the strong mechanic of this card is on its on-deletion, wherein upon deletion, you could go ahead and free cast any Dark Knightmon or blue metal Greymon within its name on its Digivolve source without paying its casting costs. So definitely it is something that changed the pace of any challenges that you got for dealing with heavy swarm decks. And last but not the least, I only have 1 copy of Digitama, because at the current meta, for on my own opinion, since everyone seems to be having fun of using a lot of Tamers, I kept a copy of the Digitama just in case I would be experiencing any challenges for Hunter's deck, or like for War Greymon deck, which is, I think for me, it's a top tier deck. And it is something that could deal and change as well of the game, whether you cast it, hard cast it, or have it invisible. Now for the Tamers, I only have one copy of Nene Amano. This is just for any purposes wherein I need to act defensively before I could go ahead and swing for my win. So this gives blockers for any Twilight, as well as it could also search up the Dark Knightmons and its Dark Knightmon, Skull Knightmons, and its Deadly Axemon, since it's Twilight. So even though it's not giving any memory at all, but giving the blocker for Twilight traits are big help on acting as a defensive build on your deck. Next one that I got a total copy of 4 Nene Amano and Kiria Amano and Kiria Anuma, since this is definitely gonna help you on having at least one memory for every for a total of two or more Digimons on play, including your opponent's field. So it's the whole field combined. If there's a total of 2 Digimons, then you will gain 1 memory at the start of your main phase. But its main purpose on the deck is for you to gain access to your trash, right? So that you could go ahead and use it as a Digivolve Extras requirement. So you won't need to have it on your hand or have it under any Tamers. And the last Tamers that I got is to make sure that I would be having enough memory, which is my setter, Kiriha Amanu. So the one that is for BT10. It's a setter, and as well as for any extras players, it also has the ability on tapping it, and then any Digivolve source that is under it, you could go ahead and use as a Digivolve Extras requirement. Now, this is the last that I got for my deck, which is the only options that I got, which is a total of 4 copies of Blazing Memory Boost, the blue one. So this is definitely something that you want on your hand at first and cast it. Though it would give your opponent 5 memory, if so happen that you are lucky, you would be able to play Akiriha Unuma, setter for 3, and then get you any 2 blue flare traits within its trait, and put it onto your hand. So that's for the Grey Knightsmon, Twilight, and Blue Flare deck. Thank you very much. Happy birthday. Kung kanino man.